Hey, welcome. We'll get started in 1 minute with our upper back stretch. So get comfortable, find a chair, find a seat on the floor, wherever you want to work today will be just fine. No equipment necessary, but we'll give everybody a chance to gather and we'll get started in just a minute. Thanks for being here. Hey, welcome to Friday sessions. Today we're going to be doing some work on the upper back area. And this is going to feel really great and refreshing to start your day, even if you don't experience any upper back pain or discomfort or any tension in the shoulders or neck. But really, who doesn't, at least from time to time? It's so common for me to hear that there's stress, that this area feels like it's holding a lot of tension and needs to be stretched. So first of all, I just want to introduce that can happen primarily these days because of, number one, forward head carriage, or number two, forward shoulder carriage. All right, so forward head carriage and forward shoulder carriage are the result of a couple of different things. One, it could be emotionally connected. We're always being drawn to the future, especially in this go, go, go society that we live in. Our eyes are darting forward and we're always looking ahead to what's next. We're always on the lookout for where we need to go next. And that pulls the head forward and displaces the weight unevenly on the cervical spine. And then emotionally around the shoulders, we tend to contract and close off if we experience any feelings of anxiety or sadness or grief or fear. We tend to close off in this area. And pulling the head forward, rounding the shoulders forward causes a weakening of the upper back, and like I mentioned, a displacement of the weight on the spine and the vertebrae. So it can end up causing us a lot of pain, and it can end up being very habitual in the body. So we also can experience forward shoulder carriage from regular everyday life. Over a computer, over a desk, writing, over a cutting board, over a pot on the stove, bending over to pick up heavy grocery bags, or carrying heavy things, holding children. All of that, we're kind of caving in and closing off the chest. So we're going to address this in three ways. One, we're going to look at alignment. Instead of looking forward and looking outward and being on high alert, we're going to work on centering in our bodies. Two, we're going to work on strengthening the upper back to naturally draw the shoulders back. And three, we're going to work on stretching and opening the chest. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's start with the alignment. Take your right hand, first two fingers, and place those on your chin. Take your left hand and curve your fingers around the back of your neck. So drop the shoulders down. And let's just play for a moment and explore. Lift your chin up, push your chin up into your fingers, and let your head rock back. And in your left hand, you'll feel how that curve gets bigger in the spine, gets a little deeper. And the weight of the skull can be really heavy and can kind of pinch around the edges of those discs, the vertebrae there. And then tilt your chin forward down toward your chest and see how you lose that natural curve of your spine. It starts to bow outward. And then that impinges on the front edge of the discs. So come back to where you think neutral is, chin parallel with the floor, hand behind your neck. And then let's push the chin forward, straight out in front, any amount. And you'll see, you can feel that shifting and how that tugs on the muscles in your back, perhaps. It tugs on the shoulder blades and the back ribs. It can tense your breathing patterns, all kinds of ripple effect from that. So what we want to do is use these two fingers to push the chin in toward the throat. So it's not a tilt, it's a push straight back, almost like you're going to give yourself a double chin here. And you'll notice with the left hand, you can keep that nice soft curve of the neck. We want that nice mellow curve. And then if you take a breath there, you might notice the airway is a little bit freer. Good. So this is going to be our home base. We'll drop the hands down, and it might not feel too neutral to you because it might not be the habitual way of holding your head and your neck. But let's try to come back to this between all the exercises today. Drop your right ear over your right shoulder. Very slowly roll your head back, but not to max capacity. So no pain here, no pinching, just a roll until your left ear is over your left shoulder. And then roll your chin down toward your chest. Take it back over to the right ear over right shoulder. And do that circle again. Maybe it's just a millimeter broader all the way around the circumference, but never to the point where you feel like the skull is pulling or pinching anywhere along the spine as it moves. Just allowing the tissues to feel into their range of motion there. And then let's reverse, take it back around the other way. We've talked about this before. A lot of times we want to feel that intense sensation to know that we're doing something in the body. And when in fact, maybe we should go for a little less sensation, especially when it comes to this really delicate area around the neck and the spine. So that we're going for more of a soothing and gliding and coaxing rather than a pushing or sharp sensation. Let's circle all the way around until the right ear is over the right shoulder, and then you can really let it hang heavy. The ear listens down into the shoulder. Once you've dropped the head all the way over to that side, open the mouth and move your lower mandible around in circles or like you're chewing, so that you feel a stretch in this sternocleidomastoid muscle, thick ropey muscle along the side of your neck. And you might even feel how that connects into the clavicle and down into the pectoralis here, down into the front of the delts. So we're starting to loosen up the chest and alleviate some of that constriction around the collarbones. Take your right hand and push your head up. So the head isn't doing the work, the neck isn't doing the work, the hand is lifting the head, and guide it all the way over to the left. Left ear over your left shoulder, and then drop the hand back down and let the head hang. Just give it a moment to really relax into position there. And then start to move the jaw around. And again, feel how, maybe if you rock the head slightly forward or back, you're starting to open up that connection of neck, front body, collarbones, throat, upper chest. Bring your left hand to your left temple and use the strength of the arm to lift the head. It'll feel much better than if you try to do it with your neck. And just come back up to center. Great. Next, let's take the hands and interlace them. We're going to cup the back of the neck. So just below the base of your skull there. And feel like you're lifting the skin on the back of your neck up. So it might even feel like you're lifting the spine up slightly. With that lift, start to curve your chin forward and down and let your elbows point forward. And then use the muscles in your neck to push your head back into your hands and fan your elbows out wide. So really you're leaning back as firmly as you can into your hands, and you have to tug the elbows out a little bit wider there too. And then very slowly lift up on the back of the neck. And as you lift up, then the head can naturally tip forward. And then the elbows can follow. Again, without a sharp sensation, just a gentle gliding and guiding of the effort. And then push the head back into the hands. We want to feel that strengthening in the back body, all the way down between the shoulder blades, and then open the elbows out wide. You have to contract the muscles in the upper back to really open across the chest there. One more time, lift up the skin on the back of the scalp, the back of the neck, curl forward with lots of length out of your upper back. And then open back up, push your head into your hands, fan the chest open wide all the way out to the elbows. Take the tips of the elbows a little wider. Glorious. Release. Find that neutral neck, chin in toward the throat. Rest your hands on your legs. Let's move the shoulders. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. And then start to neutralize everything else and just make that movement about the shoulders. So the head and neck stay in one spot. The rest of the spine, the rib cage stays in one spot. Good. Balancing out the strength and the stretch all the way around that ball and socket joint. With the shoulders back and down, it should feel like you're really puffing your chest forward and pulling your shoulders back, yet at the same time, take your sternum and pull it in. Take your hands behind you. If you're sitting on a chair, you might have rails, or you might have a back of your chair that you can hold onto with your hands. And if you do, hold on there. If you don't, maybe lace your fingers together. I'll turn so you can see me. Make a fist with your two hands, and then keep wrapping those shoulders back like you're trying to hide your upper arm bones behind your chest. Good. Tuck your chin down, lift up through the back of your neck, lift up through the back of your skull. And then we're going to start to lean the belly forward. Stretch the belly out onto the thighs. Look down over the knees. Start to lay the rib cage down. If you've got those hands laced, maybe you can reach them all the way up toward the ceiling as you let your chest rest down onto your thighs. And then do the work with the arms here. There's a lot of effort involved in this one. Use the arm strength to reach the knuckles as vertically as possible, up away from the back body, but let your head relax down. No strain in the back of the neck here. Take a deep breath. Good. And then slowly rise back up. Come to a tall seat. Release the clasp of the hands or the grip of the chair. Hold on to the caps of your knees now. Use the strength of your arms again and pull. Bend the elbows so that they point straight back, and pull your chest forward between this gateway of your shoulders. Really, really pull with your arms. And again, feel your upper back strengthening, those muscles contracting. So we're doing the opposite of what is normally contracted here in the chest, contracting in the upper back. And then round. Let your arms go straight. Let your spine curve back. Let your chin drop into your throat. Again, pull forward, squeeze the elbows back, the upper arms back, lift the chest, but soften the chin. And then round back. Good. One more time. We're going to come forward. Really feel the shoulder blades slide together on your back. All right. And then come to sit up nice and tall, keeping the chest open and the back kind of contracted behind you. Ganesha Mudra, one palm faces away, one palm faces toward you. Bring the fingertips together and swirl them into a knot. Take that knot of the hands up overhead so you've got a loop. And let's go for a circle. Lean slightly forward with your torso, hands come out in front of you. And then around to the side and let those hands come just behind the crown of the head and pull you all the way around your circle. A couple times. Stay glued into your seat. You might feel some shifting the tissues as the body moves across these angles, these planes. And then change direction. Circle the other way. Really let the arms pull the torso in these circles. Good. Release the arms down and let's stand up. So side bending can be really nice too for lengthening out of the spine and strengthening the spinal column. We're going to bring our hands together in temple mudra, first finger and the thumb, and then reach straight up toward the ceiling, but drop the shoulders down. Let's stretch up and then over to the right, side bend. Keep pressing your palms together. Keep lengthening out of the left side of your body. And notice the alignment. Pull your chin in toward your throat. Bring your ears back in line with your arms. And take a breath. Let's go up and over to the second side. Find your alignment there. Press down through both feet. Good. Inhale back up through center and then separate the hands. Imagine that you're gripping onto a heavy bar and you're gonna pull that bar down just behind the head. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you can see my elbows are behind me and I'm really engaging my upper back, my back body here, but also pulling my belly and my front ribs in. So keep that engagement in your back and stretch your arms up again. It's like resisting against your own body. Reach and stretch, keep the shoulders down, and again, pull into that engagement of the upper back. Draw the navel in. It feels really tight, really strong, really solid. And keep some of that solid strength. Even as you reach the arms up, the shoulders don't go up with you. One more time, big squeeze. Engage all the muscles of your back to hug in around your spine. And then drop your arms down. Separate your feet, bend your knees a little bit, and let's sway. Just let your arms swing and sway across your body. Let your shoulders turn and be really free and loose here. So we did the work. We set up the alignment. We opened the chest, the collarbones, the front compartments of the shoulders. And we strengthened the upper back. The rhomboids, the back compartments of the shoulders, the lats. Now we want to be free. Release all of that and come to stand. Arms down by your sides. Can you create that nice tall alignment from the soles of your feet all the way up through the throat, through the upper back, the back of the head, the back of the scalp, and breathe. Let the breath move up underneath the shoulder blades behind you. Let the breath move through the back of the throat. Let the breath move up across the backs of the eyes. Good. One more time. Roll the shoulders back. Push the chin back, pull the belly in, and bring your hands to heart center. Feel this in your body and practice this today. Anytime you think about it, come back to this, and then this will become habit rather than this. Have a great day.